Good morning. Do not be afraid. There is no need to be afraid. This is a clear message given to the disciples in today's Gospel for the 12th Sunday of Ordinary Time. It is taken from Matthew chapter 10, where Jesus is instructing his 12 disciples before sending them out. In order to understand why he gave this message of not being afraid, it's important to know what came before it. In the verses just before today's Gospel, Jesus tells the disciples that he is preparing to send them out, but he is sending them out like sheep among wolves. He also tells them that they need to be prepared for what may lie ahead in their public ministry. He tells them to prepare for being betrayed, humiliated, persecuted, to be hated, and for even in some cases to be put to death. You can't really blame the disciples for being scared after hearing that. I imagine there was quite a lot of fear going around. But Jesus tells them there is no need to be afraid. He reassures them. Jesus assures them that only God has limitless power and authority over all of us and of the world. He assures them that God's love for each one of us is so personal that even the number of hairs on our head are counted. For me, that's such a lovely image of God, to think of him as such a loving Father, especially on this Father's Day, but such a loving Father who loves us so much that even knows the number of hairs on our heads. Now today's Gospel ends with Jesus telling the disciples that anyone who declares himself for Jesus in the presence of men, then Jesus will declare himself for them in the presence of his Father in heaven. Jesus' words for the disciples are also his words for us, because we too are called not to fear, but to proclaim Christ, and to proclaim Christ by our faith, our love, our joy, our hope, and our acts of kindness. So how will you use the opportunity of today to acknowledge Jesus in the presence of others? Don't worry if you can't find the words to say. Actions speak much louder. People won't always remember what you've said to them, but they will remember what you did and how you made them feel. So, do not be afraid. Proclaim Christ with joy. God bless.